a fire, hurricane, or tornado rips through a town, chaos and trauma usually follow. This can be incredibly tough for the kids in that community as grown-ups are focused on putting the pieces back together, and they can get lost, you know, in the cracks. And there's a lot of trauma there for them. And my next guest has come up with a super innovative way to help kids cope after natural disasters, which makes him a rad human. All right, everybody from Project Camp, let's welcome Mikey Ladner. Give it up. So welcome, meet Cynthia, meet John.
Good to meet you.
Everybody goes way back to the commercial break. So give us, we're all friends now. So give us the overview of what Project Camp is.
Yeah, thank you. So Project Camp, we pop up day camps to support children and their families impacted by a disaster. We're providing a space for kids to be kids, spaces that are unique for their processing. And it's also supportive of parents to be able to navigate emergency services, deal with insurance, go back to work, or to simply have the time to process what's going on for themselves.
Well, it's hell. That has to be hell for the parents.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's cool. Then nobody thinks about the kids. Whenever I thought about this, I felt horrible as a human because I was like, oh my God, you think about all the grown-ups that they're going through, but kids, that's a hard situation to tell them what's happening and how we're going to cope with it. It's an amazing thing you're doing. And you're a lifelong camper, right?
Yeah, absolutely. My mom was a special education teacher at high school. And so I grew up, she knew the value of being outside and with kids all summer. And so early on, I went to any day overnight camp I could. I grew up working a bunch of odd jobs as like a seasonal staff member. Actually met and married my wife while working at summer camp.
Oh, wow.
And
isn't that a cute little movie? A Hallmark number. Okay.
yeah, and then I was a camp director for 10 years, both back east and out in Northern California.
That's so cool. So did either of you go to camp like growing up?
Yes, I did. In London, there was like this sort of after school thing when there was holiday time, and we would like go away to like Devon. Devon is somewhere outside of the UK. It's cool. Devon or Brighton, and we would just like stay for the week and chill out there and go and do loads of different activities, ziplining, all that stuff.
I'm such an idiot, but like this is a very American thing I'm about to do. But for me, when Londoners go on like vacation, everything looks like Harry Potter. Like y'all go to camp and like magic happens. Like it's like the most amazing scene. Everything is elevated. Anyway,
I was going to dispute that, but I would be lying if I did.
It is magical. I love that for you.
Because when I think about it, it was.
It's just the setting is wonderful. It's just
pretty
like,
cool.
Where are we, in a movie? Like, that's how I pictured it. Okay.
Pretty cool, yeah.
Did you go to camp?
I went to basketball camp 1 week, but mostly we kind of lived near the woods. My parents were like, there's your camp, just go run out.
Oh, I lived by the woods too, and I would just go, you know what though? My parents, they would let me just roam. My mom would let me roam, and I'm like, I would never let my kid do that.
Never.
So how did you come up with this idea?
Well, so I was actually working as a camp director up in Northern California when Hurricane Harvey hit Houston in 2017.
Yeah.
And I was working as part of a nationwide camps network. And so we had a sister camp, Green Family Camp in Texas, that really turned to its community in Houston and said, how can we be helpful? And Harvey hit right before Labor Day, right before schools were supposed to open. They ended up being closed for a while, and so there was a real need for childcare. And so they put a call out, and I flew down, and we popped up this huge day camp. And for me, someone who comes from the camp space, it was an eye-opening experience of this like value that I had of being able to like be there for kids and create this really impactful space at a time when kids need it most.
And it's so innate in you from like childhood. It's so easy for you to do and know like what's gonna like, pull at them and be fun. Because what are some of the things you do there? Like, can you explain like what are some of the activities?
Yeah, definitely. So, we start every day. Really, it's about reestablishing a sense of routine, and it's all rooted in play. And so we start the day with an opening circle where kids are, stretching. We'll do like repeat after me games, really just like warming up. Kids come kind of nervous, especially the first day, parents and volunteers as well. And so we're breaking that open and getting them to loosen up and feel comfortable. Then throughout the day, they're in age group cabins. And so they'll go to activities where they're, making robots or at arts and crafts. Or
so cool.
We've actually been lucky enough to work with like University of Nevada, Reno or Feather River College, who've sent like their soccer teams or volleyball teams to run sports clinics.
And
so we're able
I feel like Cynthia and I
fun.
would go now.
It's an awesome.
We're geeks. We love some of this.
I mean, someone actually asked me like, the impact of being being able to be there with those kids, and we're playing as well. And so we also expend, so our camps are trauma informed, and so we spend time throughout the day creating space for kids to be able to process what's going on. So we have me checks throughout the day, mental, emotional checks. During the day, we'll have a gratitude circle. We actually have the little gratitude where kids will pass around and they'll share what they're thankful for, something great that's happened for them throughout the day. And then we end the day really in a closing circle to really shine a light on like all that positivity.
Oh, that's amazing. I have a quick question, because I know that you rely on volunteers quite a bit. So if people can't get to where you are, I know that people can, obviously you probably have a site, obviously you want to tell everybody what that is, where they want to volunteer or whatever, but is there also a way that people can like send money to help if they're not near you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for us, like the community partner is actually the most essential component of what we do. And so we've been lucky enough to work with, a toy shop in Quincy, the toy store, that was doing that outreach, bringing in donations. And so when we came to camp during the Dixie Fire, they were like, come in, take everything that you need. And so there are all these local avenues where people are providing support, and we're trying to create a space that can wrap around families.
Yeah, that's amazing. Is there like a website everybody can go to?
Yeah, it's projectcamp.co.
So joining us now is reporter Brittany Hope from our Sacramento station partner, KCRA3. Give it up! What's up? Nice to see you. I can't hug, but I can do this. All of that. I can do the awkward bump. So if y'all want to scoot down a bit, you can come sit right here. Well, we're going to play musical chairs. Come on, Brittany. Hi. Hello. Nice to see you too. Yes. You would know, like being from Sacramento firsthand, like what these kids with these families are going through.
It's really incredible what Mikey has done. So we actually met him at a fire camp where hundreds of firefighters were just sleeping in tents, and they were fighting the flames overnight shifts endlessly. Many of them have children of their own from across the state. So he just came up to our news car and said, I have a camp for kids. I don't know how to get the word out. Is there any way you guys could help us? Social media posts, something like that. And my photographer and our satellite operator kind of looked at each other and we said, okay, this is our story today. Let's get some good out there.
Oh, wow.
So we followed Mikey to the elementary school, and that's where we met the principal. And the principal had told us, so many of our students have lost everything. And that's when it hit. After weeks of being out there covering the flames and just seeing towns that had been leveled, talking to a principal whose families are reaching out to her, kind of saying like, what do I do? And then Mikey comes along and starts this camp. And when you lose everything and all you have is your body that's left, it just kind of changes everything. And we've talked to so many people who have been through that. Mikey really came to the rescue. Having somewhere to bring the kids for 8 hours is just such a weight when you've lost the house, you've lost a pet, you're trying to figure out work. So he did that at the Dixie Fire, and I know that the camps filled up, and the Caldor Fire started flaring up near South Lake Tahoe, and he said, all right, let's go to South Lake, and did it there again.
It's amazing.
It's so cool.
Well, Mikey doesn't know this, but we have a mom and her sons on the line from the camp.
Oh my God, awesome.
So we want to bring them up right now. This is Jenna, and this is her. These are her boys.
Oh my God, Bear and Titan.
Yeah. Oh, you know. Yes,
Yeah,
Bear and Titan. Yes. What's up, y'all? Hello. Oh, I can see you already getting emotional. Okay. So can you kind of walk us through like how this has helped your family when disaster struck?
It was pretty insane what happened. We were evacuated in August on what was supposed to be the first day of school. So literally having the kids ripped out of their routine, we were ripped out of our routine. We didn't even know what the next hour was going to hold. We had to evacuate 2 hours away. It was so traumatic. I mean, you can see there the kids were a wreck. They didn't know what to think, how to process. So when my colleague told us about Project Camp, I said, this is perfect. We get to send them somewhere with other kids that have been evacuated too, where they are going to be taken care of. I knew it was going to be safe. It was just something we knew that they could be removed from the situation so we could process, what do we do next? And they came back every day. That was the best day ever. So for us, that made our hearts so happy that in all this uncertainty, they had no idea. They just thought this was the greatest experience.
So I gotta be honest with you. With names like Bear and Titan, I had no concern for you. Those are amazing names. I knew y'all were gonna make it with those names. Those are incredible names, Mama. So you had a good time?
It was really scary when we had to evacuate. until camp. It was awesome.
Oh,
Thank you, Mikey, for such a
so cute.
You are adorable. I mean, what do y'all want to say to people like Mikey? This is one reason why I love doing this show so much, because I would never have known about you, Mikey, unless people get the word out like y'all did.
Look, man, I think this past couple of years, I have a 6-year-old too, and I just think it's been so hard on the kids that we don't know. I mean, as
Emotionally.
adults, we're like, how do we get through some of this stuff? So I just think it's beautiful, man. When you put kids in their natural habitat and let them have fun, I mean, there's nothing better than that.
Especially kids going through the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That's brilliant. So Mikey, what's your long-term goal for Project Camp?
Our goal is to do this nationally. This year we were at 2 of the biggest fires for the year in the state's history, the Dixie and the Calder fires. We provided over 2,600 hours of free, meaningful childcare. And so we've been really focused this year on wildfires in California, but we've already started working with other Western states in response to wildfire, with Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, around hurricanes, tropical storms. And so our goal now is to build more relationships with communities so we can be there for kids that are experiencing this.
That's amazing. And I know that you said a lot of it is mainly the community and volunteers and coming together, but on your site, is there a way that people can, if you're nowhere near it, let's say they want to help, to give money to help provide like supplies or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. The vast majority of our work really is it's people power.
Yeah.
And so there's space on our website to donate, projectcamp.co. And
I just mean, I know a lot of people, they'll see these fires and they go, oh my God, I want to help these people, but they have their own families, they have their own jobs, they can't take vacation or they can't do something. And those people would want to help too, But the bodies, I think that's the biggest thing you're saying though, the community actually standing up for each other and like helping each other out. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we love everything that Mikey is doing, and we want to see Project Camp grow. The Dick's Sporting Goods Foundation believes sports make people better, especially learning, just work as a teammate. That's beautiful. Their Sports Matter program wants to help you continue to bring great activities to those who need it most. So they're donating $10,000 to Project Camp. Yeah.
Thank you.